Our next guest is a talented actor you know from his work in Burn Notice, Fargo, and his role as Detective Frank Cosgrove on the hit series Law & Order. The season finale airs Thursday night at 8 here on NBC. Let's take a look.
Did you see anyone in the immediate vicinity?
No.
No one? You didn't see anyone running or jumping into a car?
No. I'm sorry. I was so focused on the man who got shot.
How far away were you when you heard the two loud pops?
I don't know. About 30 yards.
And you ran toward the sound of the gunshots, which means you were there 5 or 6 seconds after the shooting.
What's your point?
My point is, I find it hard to believe you didn't see anybody.
Hey, come on, Frank.
I'm just trying to motivate her.
Okay.
Please welcome to the show, Jeffrey Donovan, everybody. It's
Thank you,
out here.
I am so nervous.
Yeah, well, I mean, I will say it's very rare for a first guest to plug the second guest as much as Sarah did for you.
Oh my God, now I'm such a fan of hers. I was watching going, Sarah Silverman is doing an impression of me doing my character.
Yeah.
It was very surreal. I was texting my wife, I said, I'm so nervous. She said, just go out there, be yourself. Just be relaxed and boring. Like you...
Oh, that's so sweet. I feel like that's something my wife would say, yeah. You, this very New England-centric show, Sarah and I for the same hometown in New Hampshire. What town in Massachusetts are you from?
A little town called, well, to normal people you say Amesbury, but where I'm from, Amesbury.
Amesbury.
Amesbury, yeah, Amesbury,
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know your Twitter handle is WickedPissaJD, which
Yeah.
seems like you're leaning into being from the
Yeah. I mean, growing up, like, you know, I had a wicked hot accent. I got rid of it because
Yeah.
of school and acting and things like that. My brother still has it, actually.
Yeah.
He says something like this, which I'd have to translate. The party was really good. We ran out of beer, so we had to go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
So he would say, me and Mark got wicked cocked last night. The pony went dry, so we went on a packy run.
Yeah. All of that does make sense to me. I'm like, my native tongue.
Flashbacks, yes.
So your wife, speaking of your wife, very impressive. She ran the Boston Marathon, I guess just last month, right? Which is, it's a big deal and not an easy. I mean, no marathon is easy, but that one's particularly hard.
Yeah, they say that's one of the most difficult, and it's the hardest to get into. You have to qualify to get into. You can't just show up and run it like the New York City Marathon.
Yeah. So it's not a contest, Jeffrey.
It
Don't
is.
make
It is.
everything...
Boston's better. Yeah, she qualified, and then she ran her personal best. She ran in 3 hours and 17 minutes.
That is your wife knows how to run, man.
I'm very proud of her.
That is a no fooling marathon time.
And then I thought, oh, well, she did something great. I'm going to treat myself, which, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So I don't get back to Boston much, so I grew up on steamers, steamed clams.
Yeah.
And where we say steamers. And so I called a restaurant. I was like, hey, yeah, I want to order some steamers. They said, what? Steamers. Have I lost my Boston accent? Steamers. They're like, sorry, we don't know what you're saying. They're clams. You put them in a pot. You boil them. You mean mussels? No.
Oh my God! Did you go burn that place down? Yeah.
I called like 5 restaurants. No one knew what steamers were.
Boston changed. And now, I will say you did deserve a treat because, obviously your wife is a very fast woman and she was running, but that's 3 hours and 17 minutes where you were in charge of 4 children because you have 4 kids.
Much harder.
Much harder.
Yes,
yeah.
Much harder. But they were great. I kept on telling them we're going to go watch Mom, and we got down there. I had a nice pass. NBC was very nice to let me be in the bleachers, and I was sitting there with the 4 kids, and there she came running down. You see these other guys. You see guys like this running like this, going, oh my God. You see my wife going,
yeah.
She just runs by like it was.
Yeah.
And then we have the youngest is a year and a half, and he's still on mommy milk, so she went right back to work.
She deserves 2 medals for that. Yeah. Hey, so I have to ask, again, we were talking backstage. We both have loved this franchise for a long time, but you've actually appeared 2 other times as 2 different characters on Law & Order over the years. So you've had quite a nice trajectory.
Yeah, I got out of school, and everyone wanted to be on Law & Order.
Yes.
It was a badge of honor, and so I started off as a dead guy.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, yeah.
So, never moved a muscle?
No, I was dead, but then you had a flashback on a videotape, so I had a few lines.
Okay, good.
And then, 10 years later, I came back as a suspect.
Uh-huh.
Killed someone.
Oh,
yeah.
So not just a suspect.
I was a murderer.
Yeah, okay, great.
But it was for a good reason.
Oh, interesting. I'll have to go back and watch that one.
I was a dad protecting my daughter's, what's that, her mortal
Tell
her
it to
mortal
the
sin.
jury.
And then, yeah, Mr. Wolf called and said, you wanna play Detective Cosgrove? And I dropped the phone, picked it back up, and I'm so grateful. And
Even
love.
though you threw a little shade at the New York City Marathon, I imagine one of the great things about the show, and I've asked Anthony about this as well, but being out in the streets, you shoot this show in the streets. Like, people, it must be great, New Yorkers getting to watch you do a show like this. It's been a franchise in the city for so long.
Yeah, it's been, the city's been so welcoming, but it's an amazing thing to walk down the street with Anthony Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm vaguely familiar, basically my whole life. People usually think that like they went to high school with me.
Right.
Did you fourth grade? No. But Anthony's like the mayor of the city, and when we walk down shooting, in the middle of the take, they'll yell, "Anthony! Anthony!" He won't break stride. He'll just he'll be like, "Yeah, so Liz, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm shooting a show."
There you go. And people are going to listen to Anthony Anderson.
And what do you got?
Hey, man, thanks for being here. Congrats on the show. It's wonderful. Jeffrey Donovan, everybody. Season finale of Law & Order airs tomorrow night at 8 here on NBC. We'll be right back with Sleaford Mods.